In this short yet power punch clip of Bishop Barron, we learn a little bit more about God's nature and his character. Now, Bishop Barron provides one of the most keen and practical observations that I've ever heard in conjunction with the attributes of God, namely his self-existence as a deity and also his omnipresence. You see, we learn that if God is self-existent and simply is to be, that means he's greater than us. And if he's greater than us, that means we can't control him, as Bishop Barron explains to us. And if God is omnipresent, it means that we can't run away from God. And that is something that I want to focus in on in this video, this short little video. The fact that you and I, we cannot run away from God. Have you ever thought about that? If so, let me know in the comment section below. Also, be sure to like if you're enjoying these types of Devo videos with Bishop Barron, so I know that I should make some more in the future. Okay, let's watch this video, and then I will have a few personal reflections on what Bishop Barron is saying afterwards.
And then there's God. I am, who I am. To be God is not to be this or that, up or down, here or there, big, small. To be God is to be. Now, where is this being itself? Well, everywhere in this room, of course, because nothing in this room would exist apart from God. Where is God? He's in you in the most intimate way possible. Okay? Where is this God who's being itself? He's nowhere. Nowhere, because nothing in this room is God. Nothing in this whole cosmos is God. He's intimior intimo meo, et superior sumo meo, closer than we are to ourselves, greater than anything we can imagine. And see, everybody listen, it's that God whom we can neither control nor hide from that addresses Moses in the burning bush. The two paths of the sinners, by the way, and we walk them all the time, is we try to control God for our purposes, or we try to avoid him. Give up. They're both hopeless paths. And rather surrender to the God closer to you than you are to yourself, greater than anything you can possibly imagine. And you know what he wants to do? He wants to set you on fire with his own presence, to make you as radiant and beautiful as possible. That's the God who addressed Moses. That's the God that we're talking about. And may that God bless you.
So I mentioned that I found this concept of running away from God interesting. And the reason I find it interesting is that there's something within all of us that tries to evade God, right? We all try to think that we can run away from him in some capacity. However, when you think about it, that is a complete mischaracterization and lie that we tell ourselves about God, specifically in conjunction with his attribute of his omnipresence, right? You see, I am wholly reliant upon God for my existence. And there isn't a moment in my entire life when, in a sense, I can be separated from him. Now, that seems kind of contradictory to me, especially when you start to think about it in relation to our sin. Because I've always thought about sin as being distant from God. When I'm sinning, it does feel like I'm distant from God. It feels like he's really far away from me. But in reality, sin is just being estranged from an omnipresent God. It's like being at odds with somebody that's closer to you than your skin. It's a crazy thought, isn't it? That's how close, that's how present God is with us. But when you think about our sin, and you think about the characteristics of God, and then you think about the attribute of God, his omnibenevolence, meaning his goodwill towards us, you begin to see the depth, the profundity of just how compassionate and loving God is. When I was thinking about all this, I remember the story of Adam and Eve in Genesis. When they sin and they feel their shame, what do? They try to run or hide from God, right? And of course, that seems pointless because God is also omniscient, meaning he already knows what they've done, and yet he seeks after them. He loves them. So the entire point of what I'm saying is this. We serve and worship an incredible God. When you begin to reflect on his attributes, his omniscience, his omnipotence, his omnipresence, what you begin to perceive in this meditation is just the marvelousness, the incredibleness of who God is in his character. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, but that was the main thing that I also noticed with Bishop Barron. When he's preaching this homily, what is he doing? He's meditating upon God and he's marveling in the God of Moses. And that's what all of us should understand, is that the more we meditate upon God, the more we marvel in him. So don't let today go without thinking and pondering and meditating in God. I think what you'll find is that you marvel in all that he has done for you and who he is in his very nature. Okay, that's all I have for this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.